Well, I'm moving on with the body work here on the AMX. Kind of interesting here is some real shiny spots where my chisel hit it. I think that's lead fill. And you can see here that this is original green paint, primer below it, brown primer right down to the metal, and all this kind of white area here is where they had tried to bondo it before. This is probably an hour and a half, 2 hours work. I got this much of this bondo and paint off of here with a little nap gas and good chisel. So it's pretty decent. I'm going to go take the rest of this bondo that I rough scraped off before. This is where I put my patch in. I try not to mess with that. But it's kind of hard to tell, but there really wasn't many dents in this. And I got a real crisp body line here. And you can see here on the door it's all rounded up towards the front. It gets a little crisp. But that's what made this car look funny, was the crisp body line was gone. It was just rounded off. Anyway, I've got this pretty much scraped down to metal, or I'm not gonna try to take this original paint off. I may have to, because I got some of it right down to the metal, but mostly I want to get this bondo off of here and get some primer on it and see what kind of dents I have. Well, there it is. The rest of it scraped off. Started to get into the body filler that I put in. Looks like I got a dent here. It's kind of hard to tell where the dents are. Some in there. I'm just going to hit this with 40 grit and a DA. Chew this down. Should be pretty easy to take it off now. And once I get it cut down a little, throw some primer on it, then I can tell what I got. Well, there it is. Pretty much done. Looks real good. I don't really see. Got one dent here. Looks like a little something was in there. But overall, it don't look bad at all. I tried to do something right along there. Did a pretty good job of it. Anyway, I'll get some acid etch primer on it and see what it looks like. Now there it is, primered up. Don't look too bad. Got a dent here. A little something going on right there. Looks like this whole thing has been kind of hammered out. I need to take a body dolly to that. I think those holes were for the emblem that was supposed to go on it. And I got another dent here, a couple of them. But all in all, this is pretty straight. Body line needs a little work there, but it sure didn't need to be 1/4 inch of bondo over the whole panel. So At least I got it kind of straight, and I can bondo up what I need to here. Not much. I'll try to get the metal as best I could, or as best as I can, but and I was getting into some rust down here when I was sanding it. I haven't really got all the old paint off of it, but I'm just trying to get to see my low spots and see what I can do about it. This looks like it take the most work. Those looks like they just hammered it out and didn't try to really smooth it up. But and this looks like I might be able to get to that. Yeah, I can get to that. Right above the curve of the fender. Yeah, I'll be able to hammer that out. All in all, not too bad for compared to the way it was. Well, here it is after a little hammering. I got most of this out. It's pretty straight. I got this dent cleaned up pretty good. This section here is straight. This whole part here has been crushed in a little. I'm just gonna fill it up just a little bit with bondo to match this. I got this fairly straight. It's gonna take a big skim across here too. I got the high spots on this knocked down. Looks like I got a little right in here. I can probably hammer out a little more. Can't really get to this because of the inner panel, but at least I can get this curve and edge here pretty good. It's not the greatest body work, but I got a pretty good dent right here. I'll try to get that out. Alright, I got this all roughed up real good with 40 grit where I'm going to put the bondo. I hammered out some of the little high spots a little better, but this will give it a good bite, something to stick to. I'll just put on a very thin layer and sand it down and keep going and put just the minimum on here that I have to get everything straight. But if you don't put good scratch marks in it, your bondo tends to want to fall off. So I just roughed it up with 40 grit. Should stick good. Oh, there it is. Sanded with 40 grit again. I'm just going till I hit a high spot or something, and I can leave my low spots in here. And it looks like it's pretty straight. I sand it with a straight block, so should be pretty good. What I'm going to do now is mix up a thin layer of bondo. I've got some stuff that makes bondo runny, and I'm just going to skim all of this with a thin coat of that. And you can see here that There really isn't, it didn't take much bondo at all to straighten this out. For sure it didn't take 1/4 of an inch. So that's what you call it, plastic honey. And if you can see that bondo just runny, I put a couple tablespoons in there. You mix it with the honey first and then you put your hardener in. So that's what I'll do. Put me a little extra hardener in there because it's soft, but that'll give you enough time to, this little 1/2 cup of bondo is going to cover that whole fender. Well, there it is. Got some little tiny scratches in it from my scraper, but you can see it's a very light coat. I missed some right there, but I basically covered this whole fender and quarter panel with this thin bondo. Now this, because it's getting close to the final, I'll hit this with 80 grit on a DA, and that'll straighten it out good, because it's real thin. Some of this 40 grit paper will roll right through it. So, but this is just a little tiny final skin, and I'll get it cleaned up and get another coat of primer on it, and I'll be able to see if I get any little dents or something and work on it more after that. But as far as what I intended to do to this, that's about it. I didn't really work on getting that straight. I still gotta do something about this right here to match that tail piece. Got a little bit of more work doing there, but this is the 95% of the job here is done. I'll let it harden. It's kind of cold out here, but it shouldn't take too long. And then hit it with the DA just to knock it down, and squirt some more primer on it, and it should be a real nice looking job. Well, I sanded this down with 40 grit on the DA. Still leaves me a nice surface if I want to put some more bondo on it. You can see there it's real straight. Got a couple little places. This was a run in the primer. I didn't really get this corner here too well, and I got a little more work to do on this dent, but it ain't too bad. This is all straight. The body lined here. I got a little bit of repair in here to do. This really badly multiple dented fender is real straight. I'm at a point here where there's very little filler on it, and it's mostly straight. Now I can work on knocking some of this out. Looks like I got a little low spot right here. Kind of hard to tell. Once the primer is dry, then I can sand it, and that'll show me my high and low spots real easily. But it looks like all I got to do is a little right there on that corner. Finish this top edge up and Finish rounding that dent out a little. And looks like mostly just finish sanding this back piece. So anyway, half a day's work here between scraping off a 1/4 inch of bondo and pounding it out and up to a decent primer job. So this 1/4's done. At this rate, it'll take me 4 days to do the whole car. This one here has been kind of sanded down already. It's pretty close to the metal. This door don't look like it's got too much on it. This was the absolute worst. And took more time than anything. But it'll be pretty easy for me to patch these little ripples right here. Match up all of this. And so good job for that much.